if you love Hallmark movies, I bet you love these novels because they're giving Hallmark movies vibe. They have the same tempo, they have the same aura, they have the same so in most, okay, I know in most entertainment, whether it's action, whether it's dramas, whether it's reality TV, there's normally the introduction of the characters, then there's the rising action, then there's the tension, there's the falling action, and then there's the resolution. I know they all follow that format. At the end of the day, any novel, any story, anything follows that format. However, there's a certain vibe with Hallmark movies. In most cases, you're normally introduced to a lead. It could be a male lead or a female lead, and then a problem, either a problem that the lead has to solve, or the lead is causing, or the lead is experiencing. And then what comes next is the other lead is introduced, whether female lead or male lead. The other lead is introduced either to help solve the lead's problem or to add to the lead's problem. Eventually, he or she can add to the problem and then becomes the solution, or they can just come in to solve the problem. And then after that, you move to the falling action where everything's becoming nice, and then the movies end at a resolution. So these novels, they also follow the same. And then so for all the novels that I'm going to highlight here, the male lead is the star. The male lead is the star. The female lead is I don't know, the male lead is the star, like they're either celebrity or the rich person. I don't know why. I want to read a novel where the female lead is the rich person, the female lead is the celebrity, the female lead is the one saving the male lead from something. But in all this, the male lead is the superhero. The male lead is saving the female lead from all those things. So the male lead is coming, and then the female lead is like, oh my God, save me, save me. Oh, I'm in distress, save me. AKA okay, sincerely though, some Hallmark movies, we have a female lead coming in to save the male lead. But in this case, these novels, all of them, the male lead is saving the female lead in every way possible. And the male lead is the star, the male lead is the prize. And you know, we say she is the prize, but in this novel, he is the prize. But if you want to prove me wrong, read this book. So they're giving Hallmark vibes according to me. And let's go to book number 1, and I hope you'll enjoy it. And some of these books are popular, so if you disagree with me, please comment in the comment section and tell me why. So the first one is Nora Goes Off Script. Nora Goes Off Script by, is it Sarah Adams? I'm not sure. Nora Goes Off Script. I will text the name here. Nora Goes Off Script. So I'm going to read the synopsis. So we have Nora Hamilton knows the formula for love better than anyone. As a romance channel screenwriter, it is her job. But when her too good to work husband leaves her and their 2 kids, Nora turns her marriage collapse into a cash and writes the best script of her life. No one is more surprised than her when it is picked up for the big screen and set to film on location at her 100-year-old home. When former sexiest man alive, see what I mean? Here comes the male lead. When former sexiest man alive, Leo Vance, is cast as her whatever husband, Nora's life will never be the same. The morning after shooting wraps and the crew leaves, Nora finds Leo on her porch with a half-empty bottle of tequila and a proposition. He'll pay $1,000 to stay for a week. The extra $7,000 will give Nora a breathing room, but it's the need in his eyes that makes her say yes. 7 days. 7 days. 7 days. It's the blink of an eye or an eternity, depending on how you look at it. Enough time to fall in love, enough time to break your heart. Filled with warmth, true, wit and wisdom, Nora Goes Off Script is the best kind of a love story. The real kind where love is complicated by work, kids, and the emotional baggage that comes with life. For Nora and Leo, this kind of love is bigger than the big screen. Please. The only problem I think I have with it is that the way they glorify the man, sexiest man alive. So what? Again, so I think that if you read the novel, you'll find that there is a lot of glorification on him because he's a celeb. So on my defense, where I am, we don't have this celeb culture. Like I see it in the Western nation, especially America. When you're a celeb, it's like you're a small god. It's like people worship the ground you walk in. People can literally worship you. Like, oh, here we respect our celebs, we honor them, we value them, we celebrate them. When you meet them on the street, you're like, oh my god, it's so nice to meet you. You are happy, but we don't worship them. But in the American culture, these guys are worshipped. And it's even worse in Korea. So I think that's why I think I had an issue with the way he was being described. Also in the next novel, I also had an issue with the way the male lead was being described, especially by the female lead. Oh my god, look at him. He is this, he is that. You need this of resort. But if you are there, or if you're like that, or if you're into celebrities like that, if you were daydreaming about dating a celebrity, you need to read this novel, because you will be living your dreams in this novel and the next novel. So as you've heard in the plot, it's an interesting read. It is very popular. There's a lot of good review out there, and it's giving Hallmark vibes. We have a flashy male lead, a humble female lead, a flashy male lead who is rich and complaining. They're like, oh my god, I am rich. I'm too sad to be rich. Somebody save me from my richness. Rolling my eyes, please. But apparently the world likes this because it's a popular read. So if you love such things, if you listen to the synopsis and you're like, that's my cup of tea, check out the link in description and we'll get you the novel soft copy version for now, even as we work on getting hard copy. So the next book that is giving the same vibe as this book, also giving Hallmark movies, is The Cheat Sheet Code by The Cheat Code by this person. Again, this is even worse. The way the author describes the male lead, oh my god, it was making me cringe. The female lead was, like, hey, she was doing too much. According to me, the female lead was doing too much. Although the male lead also did like the female lead, but the female lead was doing too much, over glorifying the man. It made me So I did read the book. So apart from that, I actually did enjoy the book. However, I have to say, this book and the previous book, they have language. It is still a safe read. It is still closed door, but it has language. So so let's continue. Let me read the synopsis. Oof, I'm cringing already. Hi, my name is Brie Camden, and I am hopelessly in love with my best friend and star quarterback Nathan Johnson. So is half of America, judging by the tabloids and how much the guy dates. The first step is admitting, right? Except I can never admit it to him because he clearly doesn't see me that way. And the last thing I want is for things to get weird between us. Nothing but good old-fashioned, no touching, the sexiest man alive, platonic friendship for us. Everything is exactly how I like it. Yes? Good. I am not crying. I am just peeling an onion. Who was asking? Our friendship is going swimmingly until I accidentally spill my beans to a reporter over too much tequila, and now the world seems to think me and Nathan belong together. Oh, and did I mention we have to date publicly for 3 weeks until the Super Bowl because we signed a contract with, oops, forgot I can't tell anyone about it. Bottom line is, now my best friend is smudging all the lines and acting very unplatonic and apologies, I actually thought I had the whole synopsis, but I don't. But I hope, but you can get the vibe, right? So we have Brie is best friend with this person Nathan, aka superstar celeb, aka everybody wants to date him. Please give me a break. So Brie is feeling like the luckiest lady on earth. I'm here saying why, and I actually read the book. I was cringing, but I read the book although I was cringing. So I think you if you love such things, if you're into such plots where the man is a celeb and then the lady is an ordinary person and then the lady is all over the man and then the man luckily likes her back, and then you love this book. But for me, this is not my cup of tea. However, I did read it because it's a popular book and I was like, let me see. I can't say it's not boring. Honestly speaking, it's not boring. Only that it's not for me. I don't like it when the female characters are made to behave the way this female lead was behaving. So it makes me cringe. Like, why? Just, in fact, there's another book that's even worse. but I did read, and it's also a popular book. So, but if you love such things, now that you've heard the plot, if you love such things where we have a male celebrity liking a normal ordinary person, and then the lady is woof woof dying for this man, you love this novel. If you don't, please don't get this book. But if you do, check out the link in description. We got you. Thank me later. I suffer. Hi. The next book is this one I loved. The next book is Accidentally Married by Victoria Lisick. Yeah, Victorine. Is it Victorine or Victoria? Victorine Lisick. I loved this book, although it's still giving hallmark vibes. But what I loved about this book, in this case, the male lead is not a celeb, but he's filthy rich. The man is loaded, but at least the lady was not behaving like the last two ladies. She was not there like, oh my god. No, the lady did finally have a crush on the male lead, but she was still answering back. She was still arguing. She was still being rude. She was still, so at least it was not like, oh, look at me. She was not there dying. She was there living life, being rude, doing all those things. I'm not saying people should be rude, but she was not behaving like the two previous ladies. So Accidentally Married, this is not a new book. So this is an oldie. Some of this, okay, the last two are relatively new, but this is an oldie. So I'm going to read the synopsis. So there's a female lead. Her rent is due and she needs a job desperately. After getting a tip about an open position, she rushes to Jameson Technologies and meets CEO Jared Jameson. Unfortunately, due to a misunderstanding, she is put in an awkward position of pretending to be his girlfriend. Dating and marriage of convenience. Accidentally Married. I love stories of marriage of convenience. They're my type of thing. And if the type of thing, you need to read this book, Accidentally Married. Check out the description to get yourself a soft copy. Not the job she was applying for, and when she finds out Jared lied to her, Jared lied to her to get what he wanted. She decides to get back at him in front of his family. Jared is stunned when Madison announces they are getting married. Madison is the female lead. She pushes her revenge too far. How can he tell them it's all a lie? And when his sick aunt asks them to be married before she dies, Madison comes up with a hair-brained plan to hire an actor and stage a fake wedding. My cup of tea. What they both don't know is Jared's father has found out about the fake wedding, and he's got his own hair-brained plan. Ooh, gosh. This is a good novel, and then it's so short. In 2 hours, you can be done. If you're tired, if you've had a rough job at work, you need something sweet, delicious, and not icky, and not cringy to make your day, this book. Come on now. You love this book. Then the next one is Valentine, My Folly Valentine. So again, this is not my cup of tea. When I was reading this book, I was feeling like this is a teenage book. That was the vibes it was giving me. I was like, this book will be so good teenagers, because once again we have a male lead who is a celebrity and a female lead who feels like she's the most luckiest person on earth. Why? Because a celebrity likes her. Please God, please. So reading the synopsis: a chance meeting, a hunky hockey player, a fake romance. Hardly an ordinary day in the life of Poppy Hart. I love that name, Poppy. My days usually consist of agonizing over my failing restaurant, worrying about my mountain of debt, and nursing my broken heart. Everything changes when I bump into a man in the coffee shop and claims him as my boyfriend. To my absolute horror, he turns out to be hockey's most renowned bad boy, Dallas Brooke. To my absolute delight, he goes along with my story. When his no-nonsense managers and meddling grandmother jump in the picture, they see a win-win solution for my failing restaurant and Dallas' less than stellar reputation. A full-fledged fake romance complete with contract negotiation, pretend dates, and 4D PDA. But as I get to know the real Dallas Brooke, who is not the man the press says he is, it becomes clear that if this isn't real, somebody better tell it to my heart, please. So it's a good read. It's a good read, especially if you like plots where the male lead is the star, the male lead is the prize, etc. So the good thing is the male lead also likes the female lead, and the female lead, okay, me, I don't, again, I I read this book, yes, because I loved the plot, but yeah. But if you're looking for this book, we got you. Link below. Check it out. Book. The last book is this. It's called This Time Next Year, and I'm going to tell you, this book is not bad, but it is definitely not my. I would rather read this again than this. So this book, what I didn't like about this book, I will not say, but I will this book this time, and again, it actually even have a movie. So what made me read this book? It's because it had a movie. So I was like, oh, it has a movie, let me read this book. So I didn't like it, again, because of the way the female lead was behaving. The female lead in this book is not my cup of tea, but she could be a cup of tea, and this is giving Hallmark all the way. So let me read the synopsis. If this is something you want to read, check it out or get yourself a copy in the link below. Their lives began together, but their world couldn't be more different. After 30 years of missed connections, they are about to meet again. Minnie Cooper knows two things with certainty: that her New Year's birthday is unlucky, and that is all because of Queen Hamilton, a man she never met. Their mothers gave birth to them at the same hospital just after midnight on New Year's Day, but Queen was given the cash prize for being the first baby born in London 1990, and the name Minnie was meant to have as well. With luck like that, it is no wonder each of her birthday has become more of a disaster than the one before. When Minnie unexpectedly runs into Queen at a New Year's party on their mutual 30th birthday, she sees only one more evidence that fortune has continued to favor him. The gorgeous, charming business owner and truly seems to have it all, while Minnie, on the other hand, is on the brink of losing her pie making company and her home. But if Queen and Minnie are from different worlds, why do they keep bumping into each other, and why is it that each fraught encounter leaves them both wanting for more? A moving, joyful love story. This Time Next Year explores the way fate leads us to people we least expect, no matter what the odds are. Yeah, it is a good read if this is your cup of tea, and if it is, check out the link below to get yourself a soft copy. And the only thing I want to tell you as I end this video is happy reading.